Oh, something exploded? That was my bomb!
I'm used to being alone.
We must not give in to doubt. What a magical moment! I've just the song for this.
Am I a cake? Ha! Are you sure you can handle the truth? There's nothing we cannot do.
This temptation will prove my unwavering faith. May this dough serve the order.
Come now, I'll lead you on this path of salvation. I'll pray with even more fervor.
We must make rational decisions.
Come now, I'll lead you on this path of salvation.
is full of magic.
We accept this trial.
If you fall, you get up again.
Information is only valuable if true.
Who dares to enter my realm? My sword comes like a shining wave!
The monster inside me might.
I'll give you a perfect performance as usual.
What's the problem? Can't a cookie have tails?
Is it snowing yet?
They had no chance.
A testament to their providence.
Follow the stars. The waves have calmed down. I can return to you now.
The location of the Golden Cheese Kingdom? I cannot tell.
It is time we returned to the purity of the whole dough.
My sorrow comes like wave now. I shall yearn in solitude.
Enlightenment has eased my burden. Bored. So bored.
Wow! 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 Wow!
to make everything right. Yet you walk the same old path that led to those very wrongs. You speak of freedom, but you only deceive yourself. Soon your soul gem will lose its light completely.
That's not true.
Is it? You have made nothing but wrong choices, countless mistakes. You have already forsaken freedom once and chose to forge your own different future. Evil twists and corrupts even the most noble, most selfless intentions. And you are nothing but a broken, fractured, tainted husk of your former self. What freedom can you possibly offer to Cookie kind? No. You, whose soul is stained by sins beyond forgiveness, cannot wield the soul gem of freedom. There is only one possible outcome for you. Dark Enchantress Cookie.
No.
Even on the brink of the grave, you deny your truth. But I shall grant it. The future that you truly desire.
White Lily Cookie, come to your senses.
She's suffering.
Emerge as Dark Enchantress!
No! This isn't...
Dark Enchantress Cookie.
Soul Gem is about to show. No, I won't. I will not become...
True freedom is impossible. Once I believed that solidarity would unite Cookie kind and set us all free. I dreamed, united, we could save every single life. Instead, the cookies who owed their lives to solidarity chose to worship indiscriminate destruction and oppression of the weak.
True enlightenment shall dawn upon this.
They chose to submit to the inevitable doom and surrender to the void of apathy.
We have successfully relieved them of their duties.
They chose to deny the meaning of life and give in to sloth that promised escape from the smallest of pains.
Ours is the truth!
They chose to hide the truth away behind the veil of deceit. But I chained the corrupt. I pierced their dough with silver forks. I imprisoned their spirits within the silk. And I loathed the gods who kept silence as the darkness of evil shrouded the world. But you staked everything upon a morsel of godly power. No. What you wanted wasn't freedom. You want to scorch... Silence. Silence.
The chamber has changed once again.
Crumbled cookies. Spirits pouring out from the portal.
Our garden lies in root foul sticky cream. The stench of burnt butter in the air. War has come.
Regard! This is a world crafted by your... The Soul Gem remains silent.
Follow the stars. The audience chamber.
Once again, I'm falling to be reborn as Dark Enchant. Are you certain? Asking the same question. will not change the future. Are you truly going to abandon your fight for the freedom of all cookie kind? Have you forgotten the sense of quiet wonder that filled your whole being the moment you opened your eyes in the white? All this time you remained silent, and now you speak to me? Only now, when my soul gem is on the verge of shattering. Countless times I called out to you in your slumber. Even though my voice was weak and quiet, I was yearning for someone to hear my call. Yet ever since you awoke, you could not hear me. Once again, you failed to leave your past, your despair, your betrayal behind, and take a step beyond, towards the hope for all cookie kind. I had no choice but to keep silent. For I would have lost my light once more, had you chosen anguish and fear. I don't remember. Ever since I opened my eye, I couldn't forgive myself for hurting my friends. But at the same time, I couldn't help but sympathize with my determination. Did I make another grave mistake? Think. Remember the source of your curiosity. How can a cookie so young and frail set themselves free in a world
White Lily Cookie, don't pay it too much thought.
Ginger Brave. Do you know why cookies were first created?
I'm free to choose what I run for and where I'm running toward. That way, the adventure never ends.
Remember the moments of pondering the nature of cookie existence. My heart was breaking every time I thought how fragile, how sweet we are, and how beautiful our world is. The gentle warmth of sunlight, and the force of life itself that travels across the world and comes back time and time again.
So please, receive the remainder of the Guardian's power.
How someone willingly gives away their own life to let someone else.
No! Caramel Arrow Cookie, don't go!
Even if I did, I'm useless now without my light of passion. Mustn't give up. Mustn't give up. For my kingdom, my treasures.
How we carry on. Broken. Fractured. Imperfect.
I will be awaiting the moment we meet again.
How a cookie who committed unforgivable sins can find their way back to those she once called friends.
Our fate was changed today. White Lily Cookie's dough is ablaze. And yet, she's walking towards Silent Soul Cookie.
Her soul gem's radiance is growing brighter.
I thought only I had what it takes to try. I thought that only I can endure the magic from the times before creation. That I can. In the end, both of us. I believe that just like I swore to wrestle cookies from the cruel principles of nature, I alone could.
And you still believe?
No. I was wrong. I was arrogant. I convinced myself I was different from other. I let myself believe that I'm more than a foolish,
Your self-chastisement will not save you.
Say what you will. This is all a part of my quest. It doesn't matter, really. Freedom is not what one can grant. True freedom comes when every cookie finds the strength to confront their destiny. An emissary of the divines. A hungry beggar. Even one whose past is marred with ashes. All deserve a chance for freedom. And if I was born of my own volition, I will guide Cookie Kind to a place where freedom awaits.
White Lily Cookie.
She's changed. Just as Dark Enchantress Cookie was reborn in the flames of the God's Oven, White Lily Cookie was reborn here.
She has finally found what she was looking for.
And so you chose to reject the destined silence. Is that the path to freedom that you found? Only silence remains.
The truth was far more dreadful than I imagined.
I simply followed their teachings.
Only silence remains. Let judgment speak. Let judgment speak.
I will fight alongside my friends.
If you are willing to incinerate your dough and soul for freedom, I shall expunge evil from this world as my gift to it. But I'm not yet convinced. In the beginning, the witches granted us the virtues meant to reshape this world. But when the virtues fell, the witches left us. There was a time when each cookie was gifted free will by their creators, but they reduced us to a mere tasty treat, fated to be consumed. Your power stems from a corrupted source. Prove to me that you will not use it for evil.
The footsteps I have left behind are stained by the ashes of my crumbling, burning dough. If such is the price of your trust, I shall pay it.
Prove your worth! I have no words for you. Admit defeat. Your banner points the way to freedom. The path neither the gods nor their emissaries would reveal. As the world became tainted by evil, I waited. I waited, watching Cookie Kind face their limits and endure pain. For the one who would show the way towards the future of unlimited potential. I kneel before you. All these long years, I carried only my faint hope. I kneel before you, oh freedom.
You've walked a long path. I merely followed your footsteps.
And yet, before I pass on its secret, I must ask, do you trust me, a betrayer?
My dough and soul are halved. I betrayed my friends. and started wars. Yet even so, I found my path. Our path to freedom.
They had no chance. Knights of Kalanamek, I repent, for I failed your solidarity. I accept your resentment, for I sense your silent gazes piercing my back. Willingly I tarnished my honor in pursuit of vengeance against evil and corruption. Now rest. Let go your grudges, and find peace.
Lord Commander, I ask you not to give orders your knights cannot obey. I speak not as the master of the trials, but as a fellow knight. We follow you, harboring no grudge or resentment. Let us march behind you once more. That is our only wish.
Then I shall gladly grant it. Be my blade in the coming battle, O noble knights!
I never thought sunlight could be so radiant. A single ray, piercing through the leaden clouds. Yet somehow...
It can grant life to a flower, even in this barren land.
Or perhaps, there was a cookie who planted a seed. Why didn't you tell him? That little cookie. No, all your ancestors who kept their promise until the very end.
How did ye?
And so, my guess was right. I merely followed my questions, just like White Lily Cookie would. You knew about Salt Cellar Cookie, unlike the ghostly knights. She took the young, the sick, and the elderly to the catacombs, and thus allowed them to escape Silent Salt Cookie's curse. And...
I hope Commander will be happy to see these.
I saw that child myself, planting flowers.
The ancestors taught us that solidarity persists against all odds, like a wildflower.
And like yourself, who found your way back here.
An embarrassing tale. The salt of solidarity's teaching spread across the Great Barren, touching the hearts of me ancestors. For long years, they watched over this forsaken land and its restless spirits. Now look, the spirits and I live in solidarity again. One day, me ancestors' conviction will bloom for Silent Salt Cookie to see. And what of ye, Pastry Cookie? You found what ye been searching for?
I believe I have. I will leave the Order. This place has shown me that our paths must diverge.
A shattered faith.
My heart feels oddly light. White Lily Cookie found strength to oppose the silence of her past. I too shall not be silent, not about what I've seen.
White Lily Cookie would be glad to hear it.
When I woke up, she was nowhere to be found. As always, that cookie's mind remains a mystery to me.
That be our White Lily Cookie.
I hope that one day, my gratitude too will find its way to her. If what you said is right. But something troubles me still.
Aye.
Thank you. What you told me is more important than you think.
And thus, I too became a traitor. Don't look at me like that. I'm sure your friends...
I can't go back to them. your story and the witch's magic, I've learned much more than I anticipated. Now I understand why I couldn't trace myself. The path ahead of me will put my friends in grave danger.
White Lily Cookie.
Like the darkness of the solar eclipse, the moment we meet again. I cannot stop now. Only I know what's at stake. Only I know my plans.
Only silence remains. Let judgment speak.
I'd like to make good memories here in the kingdom.
We must not give in to doubt. Oh, I'm in this next song.
Is it out of my reach?
I cannot fight my own feelings. you